Prepare for a fusion of knowledge and exhilaration where education and excitement collide.
Taking you on an adventure that expands your mind and speaks to your spirit.
I'm Master Nick.
I'm Lady D.
We are the Dom Life.
This podcast contains sexually explicit topics and adult content.
It is intended for listeners 18 and older.
The opinions expressed in this podcast are ours alone, based on our personal thoughts, feelings, and experiences.
We understand that others may have different opinions and experiences, and we respect that. We would love to hear from you. You can reach out to us at www.thedomlife.com. All right, and we are back. And for those of you that were paying more attention than I was, you will notice Lady D went a whole episode without her collar. Luckily, she's seen it before I did. That has been resolved now.
It has been resolved, and I apologize.
Okay.
I mean that.
On top of all the poking the bear yesterday.
Wait, listen. Poking the bear yesterday was not poking the bear yesterday.
Oh.
I wasn't poking the bear.
You know, he was poking me.
I'll poke the bear.
I know you will. All right, so let's get back into where we left off at.
I was wondering how you date. So are you dating vanilla, non-vanilla, BDSM, lifestyle? What and how do you find dates? You just said friends.
I've recently deleted all of the dating apps. They're all trash. I'm kind of just like, okay, this isn't working. I date vanilla, swinger, BDSM.
Would you go into a relationship without BDSM?
Without BDSM, no. But monogamous, yes.
Okay.
I don't think I could go without the BDSM portion of it. And if they are meeting those needs, that's something you can teach somebody.
To a point, yes.
You have to either have the dominance or not have the dominance start with.
There is some people that I don't think you could teach.
Correct. But I pick up on that on the first date.
Right. So that's one of the things you're looking at.
If I get a whiff of them being submissive, I'm like, no, this is never going to work.
Right.
Because I will walk all over them.
Okay.
No, what, you?
Exactly.
Again, that subby episode that never aired.
Right.
So I do kind of, I vet in that way, you know, let's go meet for a drink, let's go meet for coffee, whatever. And I'll pick up on that vibe real quick.
Are you okay to have sex with people that are not dominant? I'm just curious. Because I'm not, and we've talked about it before. Like, I don't get off without that little bit of bite in a person.
I have, and it's not great.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just not.
Yeah. I'm like, I mean, to a certain extent, the subby guys, they want to serve you, so they will take care of it.
My Dommy man also likes to take care of it.
Some of the Dommy guys don't.
Right. They're about...
And so that's where it's that fine line. So I'm not 100% against a subby guy as just like a play partner, friend with benefits maybe.
Okay.
But definitely prefer the Dom.
So when you're dating, though, you're vetting it through meeting. Like, you meet, and then that way you can see if they are able to handle you. Basically, that's what it comes down to. With strong, independent submissives, which there's a lot in our group. There's a lot in our group.
Yes. Someone recently described me as an alpha submissive, and I'm like,
That's what they said to me too. And that's absolutely. And
that's the thing to remember. That's the thing to keep in mind for people that are wanting to get in and experience and navigate the life of BDSM. Just because you're a submissive does not mean you're going to get walked over by everybody. Just because you're a submissive does not mean you don't have a job. You know, there is a lot more to a submissive outside of the BDSM relationship. And both of you are almost identical in that in your life, you take charge of your life. You take charge of your decisions. You take charge of a lot of things. It's just the fact that you want to be a submissive to give up that in those relationships. So I think, I mean, it's kind of off subject from where we're at with you, but I think it is important to say that you can be a submissive and still be a strong, independent person.
Oh, absolutely.
So
I think
just wanted to throw that in
that
there.
that's a very common thing through the world because
Yes.
we are that kind of people.
Yep.
We're strong and independent. And how do I shut off my brain if I am always making the decisions?
Right.
Well, I need a man that will then take control and I can just give it up.
Right.
And it means that finding that person that allows you to give it up it can be hard because I think a lot of men who think they are dominant may not be dominant.
They're not. And you know how I find that out? I tell them no. I don't submit to them. When someone comes in and expects me to submit to them right away, I know right off the bat, you're not a true dom.
Correct.
True doms understand you have to earn my trust to get my submission. And if you're not willing to put in that work, you're not worth my time.
Exactly.
That's
very well
awesome.
said. Very well said right there.
And so that's interesting to go through. And it's a numbers game. You can talk to 20 people and only get one date out of it. And I've kind of just gotten over it. And I was like, maybe I'll just find my partner just out in the wild.
I found him on Plenty of Fish.
Yeah.
I have not tried that one.
Well, in all honesty, Plenty of Fish is probably the worst one.
Probably.
But I found him.
But that's
Yes.
where she was at.
I
And
was
she
able
found
to
her.
block everybody and only talk to people that I was interested in. So my stuff wasn't out there all the time and I could hide it unless I wanted to chat with somebody. And then I messaged him and
Yep.
he was like, "You are not real."
You're either catfishing me or you're a dude.
Because he saw my picture. And then funny story. There's I'm either a dude or AI,
Yeah. Or artificial
like
intelligence. Yeah.
like a robot,
Yeah.
right?
Because I'd always told her that it was just something's not right. You're either a dude or you're fake. You're a robot.
It is very hard to find the person, especially when our criteria is more than just let's go out on a date and have flowers and pretties. I mean, we want a little bit more for the future because I was very upfront the very first night that I cannot be without BDSM in my life. I need my submissive taken care of. If my submissive isn't taken care of, I get feral. I get real pokey and it's not even a choice. I'm not making a choice. It's my submissive needs to be taken in hand periodically or I start losing my shit.
Correct.
And getting very feral.
Correct. That's why I'm always feral.
Right. Okay.
But-
So you did say you could give up swing lifestyle.
Correct.
For the right person, you would give that up. And it seems to be a going trend of all of the people that we have interviewed over the last year. Once you kind of cross that BDSM line, it's hard to go back to be 100% vanilla. You will always have to have that dominant, submissive relationship with you. So you've given up all your dating apps, obviously Tinder. I don't even know what's out there now.
Tinder, Field. I did Facebook dating. Yeah, because those are the only ones. Tinder, I had the best luck out of, but it's still trash. It's the same people.
So is there a dating app for kink people?
Field is kind of the
That's
closest.
what I was thinking. Field. Okay.
And I've had some okay luck with that, meeting people, but they get kind of flaky.
Right.
It was last summer or the summer before. Now I can't remember. I would schedule 3 and 4 dates at the same time, same place, and never had more than one show up.
Holy shit.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
It's
why are we not adults?
I don't
Why
know.
are we not adults? Why can we not just say, I'm sorry, I'm not interested, or hey, it's great. I enjoyed talking with you, but I just don't think we'll suit each other, or whatever.
Right.
Why just ghost?
Yes. So I was recently kind of exploring a relationship with someone that ended last week. But I'm just like, these apps, it's not working. So I'm just going to stop trying that way. I'm just going to try a different route. And
Kink community stuff.
yes.
I mean, being involved in the.
Going to rope last night.
Yeah. Going to rope yesterday. There's several other events coming up. I'm like, I'm just going to maybe see if I can find someone in the wild,
There you go.
try something different. And even when I would talk to people on the dating apps, I was very upfront about the lifestyle and the BDSM and the kink. And I'd tell everybody, I'll give up sexual relationships with anybody for a relationship. I don't mind being monogamous. I'm not going to give up the friendships.
Right.
That's never going to happen. And you need to be okay with me being friends with people I've slept with.
Right.
I don't think there should be a problem with that, but I can understand how some people who aren't strong enough, right?
Mature enough and more secure in their self to be able to do that. I can see that being a problem. Amongst the people that we meet, amongst the people that we've talked to, most of the time, look at most vanilla relationships. When people start dating, what happens if they bump into one of their exes?
Automatic jealousy.
Yes. So I can see that being a problem with a lot of people, because it is. It's only when you start getting into the lifestyle side of things where you find the people that are mature enough and secure enough to be able to say, oh, you fucked him all the time? Yeah, go hang out with him. Go have a drink with him, or, something like that. So I can see that being a challenge.
I can see the change. I agree too. And I would have felt different in my vanilla life back 15 years ago or whatever,
Right.
versus our current life. And even in the beginning where we were at, and we had to keep touch bases and check, where we stand now is in a much stronger, secure place because of the lifestyle.
And that's what the lifestyle does to you. I mean, and it's not a bad thing, but it makes you communicate more.
Mm-hmm.
It makes you talk about your feelings, that this bothered me, or I didn't like when this happened, or bringing it up. How did you feel when me and this person done this? And it's the communicating happens when you start going into the lifestyle. Most couples don't communicate like that. They will take what bothers them, especially the men. And I know this, men 100%, they will take something that bothers them and they'll bury it down deep, because that's how we was fucking raised.
Right.
Yes.
Men don't show their emotions. Men don't show their feelings. They definitely don't share them with people. If something bothers you, suck it up and move on. And if you can't communicate it, it eventually comes out. And when it comes out, it is 1,000,000 times worse. But stepping over into the lifestyle, that's where you have to get your insecurities out. You have to get your feelings out. You have to know what other people can and can't do. So I can see it being hard.
Have you dated a vanilla person, completely vanilla person, since you've been single?
Yes.
I was thinking there was one or
yes. And I don't want to say dated, because we're friends with benefits.
Okay.
And he is a good friend, and it's been over a year now. We see each other every so often. He's very vanilla. And I told him right off the bat what I was. He came to the club with me one Friday. His eyes got so big because it was just like, it was a lot to take in for him.
It is a lot.
And it's not a lifestyle for him permanently, but it's opened up his eyes. He's explored some things, and he's learning about himself and gaining confidence. And we had a conversation last week, and he had said, you know, I appreciate you for what you've done and for me on my growth and leading me to experience new things. And I'm like, you know what? This is awesome.
That is.
Right.
I'm like, I love this. And he and I would never work in an actual relationship, but as friends with benefits,
That's what I was going to
we
ask.
work great.
I was going to ask if you thought he could explore and experiment enough to where he found himself and then the possibility of a relationship, but you don't think it would?
It's on the relationship side that I don't think we'd ever be compatible. He travels a lot for work,
Gotcha.
and
Gotcha.
I just it's not for me. And
Right.
he's a great guy. He's going to be great for someone.
Right.
He's just not great for me,
Right.
and we communicate that to each other. And that's why it kind of works with us, because, you know, if he's going out on a date or something and he's telling me about it, I'm not getting jealous because I'm not expecting a relationship out of him. He's just a friend,
Exactly.
and I want him to be happy. And if he's having a good time, I'm happy for him. But
Right.
I also enjoy when he comes and visits.
I can see why.
Yes. Oh, he's beautiful. He's a beautiful man. Beautiful man. Really good dick. I'm sorry.
No, don't
He's-
apologize.
Oh, I need to try to talk him into getting some video with him just so I can have it in my spank bank.
I don't think he would probably have a problem with that. He probably would agree.
I don't know. I don't even know if we've talked about that. I'm gonna have to ask him.
Yep. Definitely something to put on the list.
I have him in my phone. His name is Thirst Trap.
Thirst trap. Mm.
Yes.
So have you used any like FetLife? Have you met people from FetLife?
Not directly from FetLife. Obviously, you go to events and you connect with people that
And
are
then you
also there.
Find out
Yes.
you're on. Yes.
Right.
I did match with a guy on Tinder, and turns out he was already following me on FetLife. He was embarrassed. He was so embarrassed. He's like, "You look really familiar to me." And so I did my normal, "Do you watch a lot of porn?" And then
That used to be my line too.
yeah, and then we figured out, we started talking, and he said he was on Fet. And I'm like, "Oh, I'm on Fet too." And I was like, "What's your name?" And then I look him up, and I'm like, "Oh, you're already following me." And he said he was horrified. And I'm like, "Why? I mean, you're on FetLife, I'm on FetLife, it's
Right.
fine." He wasn't someone that, if someone repeatedly messages
Did you
me,
then immediately go and look for his dick?
yes.
I don't want you to DM me a dick pic, but if I'm already talking to you, I'm going to go and look and see if you posted any dick pics.
Yes. And I did and I did meet a girl that I babysat during high school. I met her at a kink event through FetLife.
Wow.
That was awkward.
I was aiming to say that's got to be awkward.
So we're friends on FetLife now.
Right.
And so I've seen her naked, and that's a little weird. She's seen my booty hole.
Right.
That's a little
Well, I
weird.
mean,
Master Nick's work. Yeah. There's like, they listen. They've heard me orgasm.
yeah.
That's going to make the company Christmas party awkward.
Thankfully, they
Good thing we don't have a
they
company
don't
Christmas
have
party.
any Christmas party.
Oh, well, there you go.
Not that there hasn't been over whatever thousands of people hearing me.
Oh yeah, there's been several to hear you
Several.
have an orgasm.
I'll sometimes listen to the play episodes, but it's like I've seen it live so many times. It's
Right.
like, it's
hard
just
to
the
listen to
mental.
it. Right.
I was like, I've got the mental
The
stimulation.
wax one with Christina.
Yes, I did listen to that
She's
one.
like, Daddy.
yes, Daddy.
Yeah. She sounded sexy as hell in that episode.
Oh, that's why I listened to it, because y'all were talking about how
Yeah,
cute it
It
was.
was
So.
very cute. And what we originally thought was going to be a bad episode, because me and Loki didn't
Talk it all.
talk about anything, what we was doing, why we was doing it. So, what originally we thought was going to be a bad episode, went back and listened. We was like, holy, that's hot as fuck. So I'm glad now we didn't talk.
I imagine it would be tough. So I'm thinking, again, our lifestyle. We had a party, wax party. You were here. Could you imagine how difficult it would be for a purely vanilla person to come to any of our parties? Because boobs pop out all the time. Oops, it just fell out. Like, there's games and different things that I just think that would be really rough unless that person was inside a kinky person to begin with. He was.
Right.
That's how
Yes.
we transitioned this, because he's always had these.
I've
kinky-
always had the kinky thoughts and the treats and stuff, but I've never had anybody to really explore it with. So yeah, I would think being 100% completely vanilla. Now, I'm going to say this, but also on the flip side, I'm going to say something different. But I can see being 100% completely vanilla, coming to one of our parties and going, what the fuck? And leaving halfway through. However, on the flip side of that, we have had a couple parties where we've had to invite people outside of our circle to come and join.
Mm-hmm.
And they seem to have, now there wasn't as much nudity.
No, there was not. But you were in chaps.
I was in chaps, and
She was the killer.
and Ashley did show her booty hole that night too. I got a picture of it.
Yeah.
But
And I think my titties stayed in most of the time, though.
I think they did. But the people that we invited in to help us with this game that we was playing, they really seemed to enjoy it.
Well, it was a murder mystery, and people enjoy that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
But you were wearing chaps.
Yes, I was.
With that sexy little thong.
It wasn't no thong. My ass cheeks were covered.
I'm trying to manifest that.
Yeah, no, you won't ever see me in a thong.
I did.
You did what?
I saw you in a thong
Really?
when we first started dating. I bet I could go find it in your drawer.
I
When
didn't
we
even
were
think I had any.
first together, you bought it as a surprise for
Did I?
me.
Was
I
it
don't
one of
even
those
remember that.
ones with the elephant trunk?
Nope.
Oh.
Black.
No, I can't feel those.
Oh, okay. But normally when I'm meeting with vanillas, I mean, I tell them if I'm taking them somewhere where it's going to be kink, we have a full-on conversation.
Right.
We have, and it's in depth. This is kind of what the expectation is. This is something you may see. There's, depending on the group, like with you all, I'd say, this is a BDSM group. You're going to see somebody get spanked. You're going to see somebody get hit. Depending on who's being feral, you might see someone get grabbed by the throat. Don't immediately jump in.
Right.
It's like, look at me. We'll communicate. If I see something that is concerning, then we can have a discussion. But don't immediately jump to that.
When do you tell partners? When do you tell them that you're interested in the lifestyle?
I used to do it before we even met. Like soon as we match, that's the conversation starting. Like, hey, just so you know, this is the lifestyle I'm in. This is what I do. I just want, before we waste any time, do you want, I was like, now's your time to dip out. Do you want to talk about it? Whatever. I've had all kinds of reactions. I've had, oh, you're nothing but a whore. I don't want to date someone that's a whore like you. And that the slut shaming, it's like, okay, cool. And that was part of it. It's like, they'll show themselves really quickly and then I can move on, not waste my time. I've also had some say, I don't know anything about it. I'm not sure I could share. And I'm like, well, it's like, if this develops into something, you don't have to share. We can discuss, negotiate, see where we fall. But if you're not opposed to that, that's a lifestyle I've led and most of my friends are in that lifestyle and they are going to stay friends, then we can move forward. But now I've kind of gotten to where I wait until the first meeting.
Makes it easier. We met the first day that we talked.
Right.
So I did it on the first day while we met. I waited until we met, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we talked about it.
Yep.
Yeah, normally I can, when you meet somebody, you can kind of see, okay, he's very, very vanilla. This is not going to go well. So I'm just going to keep it to myself.
There's just something that either, and again, traction is a part of it. Attraction to a person, you are either, my opinion, 99% of the time, you are either attracted or you are not attracted. So we show up and I'm not attracted to you. It's not like you're going to suddenly convince me that
Right.
I'm going to become attracted to you. If I do not find you attractive, if my body doesn't go, ooh, that's a man, I like him, then it's not worth it.
I can
Correct.
see that. But then after so I see where you're going. For most part, there has to be that physical attraction first.
Yes.
And then that's where you really get to know their personality and their attitude. Now that could go one way or another. They could have a really great, awesome personality, and you want to continue on, or they can have an absolute shit personality, cocky or arrogant
Yeah.
or whatever, and they are no longer attractive looking.
Correct.
Yes. And it has happened many a times over the years. You know, you start talking to somebody, you seem your vibe, and then you meet in person, and it's just like, no, this is not going to work. I don't care
Right.
how attractive you are. I can't stand how you talk. You know, meet somebody at a coffee shop or out for a drink, how they treat the servers or the barista or whatever.
Yes.
That matters to me.
Yeah.
It does to me
Right.
too. I was a
So-
server, so I
Yes.
completely recognize signs of,
It's like, you're beautiful, but you're an asshole to your server or barista or whatever. No.
and
that's
then
not gonna
once you
work.
have the conversation and you tell somebody a little bit more about the lifestyle in BDSM, now you're dealing with, let's see what their colors are like, because again, somebody going, well, I could dom you. Have you ever?
Maybe you can, maybe you can't.
Yeah, it's, I think finding a true dominant is a lot harder than people think. There are fake dominants. There are.
Yep.
all over the place.
So have you encountered any?
Yes. Recently ended a relationship with someone who they held up the facade for a good couple months, and then it started breaking, and I made sure to tell him no enough, and he was not liking that. So I ended up calling him a fuckboy, and that really pissed him off.
You do know how to piss off the people.
Yes. But he had some expectations about me submitting to him right away, free use type of stuff. And I'm like, no,
That's
earned.
It's a big problem with the idea of BDSM, right? There's an idea there. And once you say, I'm into BDSM, if you don't have a fine, upstanding man who wants to
You're gonna-
research,
yep.
figure out what's going on, figure out the right steps, then what you get is the person that expects you to submit.
Immediately, and they make it all about themselves.
Yes. Yes.
And which is fine. That's one of the things that I've mentioned that I love about being a dom is I can set the mood how I want. I can have the sex the way I want. There is times I can be selfish, but on the times that I am being selfish, I still have to make sure, 1, you're safe. 2, you're enjoying yourself. 3, it's still pleasure for you. You know, there's still all this other stuff that is going on during the times that I am being selfish. So by somebody hearing I'm a submissive, if they're not a true dom, they're going to take that completely opposite. They're going to make it strictly about them. What can they get out of it? How's this going to benefit them? And fuck you, pretty much is what they're saying. And that's what you got to look out for and be cautious about.
And those are the type of guys that have to watch out for us alpha subs, because we will not be okay with that.
Right.
And that's the funny thing, because he's one that said he likes the alpha sub girls. And that's what I found interesting, but it was very much all about him. And there was a lot of push and pull there. And
Right.
I shot my mouth off, which is fine because it wasn't going to work out anyway.
Right. Right.
So it's not the end of the world. But it's a learning experience, just
Right.
another
How-
discussion.
How do you look out for your safety? Do you normally you have met on an app or something and you've texted or chatted through there. And then so like your first meeting, how do you go about preparing your first meetings, your first play dates, all of this, knowing that you're still safe? How do you do that?
Well, since I'm actually dating, sex is off the table for 3 months.
Okay.
I've got friends with benefits that I've known and trusted, and they're okay because they've been vetted. And like, if we were to schedule a play date, even though we've never played before, you've been around. It's not going to be a relationship,
Right.
so you can get slut Ashley. We don't need to do relationship Ashley because
Right.
you've got that. But in the dating world, they got 90 days. I will not meet anybody at my house. They don't have my phone number, no identifying information until after the first meeting.
Yes.
Because you can Google a phone number, you can find, because I do all the time. Like,
Right.
there's a joke that I'm like junior FBI because I will find out something.
Right.
I mean,
And the information's out there.
yes.
It wasn't back in the day. It wasn't when you couldn't easily access this. I actually started a Google number because of the fear of safety.
Right.
Yes. So I won't, I meet them in public. I don't go anywhere with them. I drive my car. They drive theirs. We go our separate ways at the end of the night.
Now, have you ever broken that?
Not since I started actually seriously dating.
Okay.
Since I've started seriously dating, it's a pretty strict rule.
Because you're looking for somebody that's yours. You're
Yes.
looking for something a commitment. When you weren't,
I was bad.
I love you.
I was like, here's my address. Come on over. And yeah,
Okay.
I had a
Did
few
you
of
ever
those.
worry? But you were not living on your own. That's a part of it. Knowing that there's a roommate or whatever. When you're living on your own, it's a different world too, because what if that person turns out to be an absolute creep?
Right.
Correct.
And now what are your recourses? So it makes sense, but bad, Ashley.
I was yeah.
Enjoying your life for a
I
little
was
bit?
enjoying it.
Right. So how is there a set number of days that you message each other before setting up a first meet? Or could it be we just found each other on this app today and we're messaging, you meet up tonight, or
It really varies.
varies? Okay.
Person to person. You know, if you're like the conversation's flowing well, like, hey, I rarely meet same day just because generally I wasn't getting on the apps until I'm sitting down at the end of the night. Well, I've already got my fat pants on and I am
Right.
watching TV. I'm not going anywhere.
Makeup's
Right.
all washed off. We don't.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. So rarely word same day, but generally within a week or two. But I also know me, I get very bored very quickly with people. And if
If all you're doing is chatting, then it's not
it's
worth
like,
it.
it's a,
Right.
I can't tell if I like you until I meet you. So all of this wasted time chatting makes me crazy
Right.
because I will know as soon as we walk in and I see you whether I'm physically attracted to you.
yes.
That's it. And
Right.
if there's no physical attraction, great. You're a great guy. I have enough friends in my life. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. So generally within a couple of weeks, but
Right.
I don't have a hard and fast rule like, oh, we need to meet within 3 days.
Right.
I
Yeah.
mean, I've got a busy schedule. I understand other people do at my age. People
Gotcha.
have kids.
Okay, when you were being bad, Ashley, let's go back to that for a second.
Yes.
Did you meet up with any partners that were part of BDSM?
No.
Okay, because that's a big safety thing that we kind of covered some of that before. Because, okay, have you, other than the lifestyle group that we're part of, the extended group that you know as well, have you met up with somebody new, BDSM, in a setting?
No, not outside of, at the club or at a kink event or something. That's where I've kind of met, but I've not played with anybody BDSM wise outside of the group that you know.
Right. And that's good.
Because, and part of it is there's so much trust within the group,
Right.
and I trust every one of you all. So somebody's going to have a hard time meeting that standard. And I'm not going to give that up. Like, I'm going to be using my friends to kind of vet in a way.
Yeah.
Because if you all can fit in with this group, then you're golden.
Right.
Right. Because we have actually seen a couple of situations where somebody was on the cross, somebody we had met, maybe newer people, and they were on the cross, and we looked at each other and went, none of that is good. That's not good. Like, we wouldn't incorporate them into our world. We'd give them guidance or talk if they're interested, but the way they were hitting or the way they were restrained,
the places they were hitting with the speed and the force that they were hitting, I could see more damage being done than pleasure. And yeah, that's one thing you definitely got to look out for as well.
So that means, as you said, once you're at the point where maybe somebody is going to be a BDSM partner with you, bringing them into the group and having Ex Libra event or something like that, or here, then you can have others that you know and respect vet them.
Right.
That's why community, we talk about it all the time, community being so important.
Well, at my birthday here, when I brought the cake and I was up on the cross getting my less birthday spankings this year than last year, there was a new person, and I'd met them once before, not maybe a few weeks before, at an event at Ex Libris, but we hadn't really had much conversation. But, you know, he jumped in and I got birthday spankings from him too. And there wasn't a whole lot of discussion because he's like, hey, just let me know. He's like, call yellow if it's too much, I'll back off. I mean, that was kind of our quick little discussion.
Right.
But I wasn't super concerned about vetting him just because I knew he's already been in with people in the group. So he's got enough knowledge that he's not going to do any damage.
Right.
And, you know, the conversation is call yellow if it's too much, I'll back off. And I'm like, you can go a little harder. I probably could have told him he could have gone even harder.
Green, motherfucker.
I know.
Master Nick loves when I say green. If he hears in his head
to go harder. Oh. Yeah. And if I knew him better, I might have been like, is that all you got? I would have started trolling him or something.
Right. Because again, you're just as respectful to somebody who's new in the group or that's attending an event, because they're not your people either. So you're going to be respectful to that person as a top.
Yes.
Because you wouldn't be respectful to Master Nick in that same manner. You would have been like, bitch hands.
I think
I would have.
I think she actually did say something, because I think I did start off a little too light, and I forget now what smart ass remark you had.
I'll have to go back. There's video.
Yeah.
And you are terrible at taking pictures, because you were supposed to take a picture of my ass of the vampire paddle, and you took a 3-second video of my thigh.
Alcohol may have been involved that night.
I don't know what you're talking about. Actually, I do, because I've got a video of that on there where y'all were doing the.
You got the video of the shots?
I think so. I'll have to go
back
and
look. Where they took off their shirts. We have no idea why it was necessary, but the shirt. I mean, we aren't complaining.
No,
we like the shirts.
Sure sounds like you're complaining.
It was just hilarious that it was. You had to have your shirt off.
What's in case we missed our mouth and we didn't want to get it on our shirts?
It's not a complaint. It was just commenting on the randomness of 5 men standing in the bar taking their shirts off
to do a shot.
That's how we fucking bond. Leave us the hell alone.
I love it. I love all of it. But yeah, I'm not gonna totally be feral with somebody new like that, because to be bratty, I mean, that requires negotiation too, and that requires that comfort level.
It's that communication and that trust.
Because Master Nick loves when I am bratty to Sir Dante.
I fucking love it.
Oh, it's so easy to be bratty to Sir Dante.
And what I love the most about it is she'll do it. He'll look at me and he'll go, "Are you going to let her do it?" And my response is usually, "I fucking love it. Yes, I'm going to let her do it." As long as she's not doing it to me, I'm good.
Yeah, if I do it to him, that wouldn't be good.
Sir Dante has rules at his house because of me.
No way.
He made rules.
Yes, she's the reason of the sign. Do not play or dance naked on this table or something.
Do not have sex on the table or the benches.
Yes.
That was specifically geared towards me.
Yes,
so
it
every
was.
party, I have a picture of me bent over that table. I don't actually have sex on it because I don't want to be 100% disrespectful. But Zora has taken that picture of me bent over that table before.
Yeah, I remember the story of that sign that night.
But I did get permission. There is a loophole, and there might end up being a little something on that table. I bought a very large replica dildo of the porn star Girthmaster. It's ginormous, and it's got a little suction cup. And so the last party, I had that suction cup to the middle of his table, right next to the sign. And he said, if you let me film that, anybody who wants to take it can have can do that on the table as long as I get to film it and post it. And I'm like, oh,
Challenge accepted.
we found a loophole. I can't take it yet. I'm still working on that.
Okay.
Because it's
we may have
ginormous.
to compare that to
Jamal on the wall.
Yeah, Jamal on the wall.
Yeah, I think it's bigger than Jamal on the wall.
Holy fuck! I want one of them then.
No, it just will sit in a drawer. Nobody's using that.
There's been somebody use it.
Next party, I'm bringing it.
Okay,
and I'll suction cup it to the refrigerator or something. It'll be
right.
But it's huge, and so I just thought it was funny, and so I had it suction cupped right to his table,
so the
right next to the sign.
You can have sex on the table as long as he gets to film it with that dildo.
Okay. With that specific dildo.
Right.
So I was like, okay, I found a loophole. So I got to work up to it.
Now you just got to find your hole.
Yes.
All right.
All right. So what have you, in all the dating and all the stuff that you've gone through, what are your next things? What are you looking for? I know you said, because we're friends.
I'm looking for a partner. Monogamy, I don't care about. BDSM, I do, but I think they can be taught as long as there's that inner dominant.
Right.
But I'm not putting that much effort into it at the moment anymore. The apps are worthless. I'm just going to do me. And if I find somebody in the wild, and 6 months from now, it may be totally different. I may be back on the apps in 5 weeks or who knows.
Right.
But I'm like,
it's cycles. You're just sick of seeing the same people. So you're like, okay, I'm done with that for a while.
yes, it's a waste of time, endless chatting, and I'm over it.
Are you looking for one person, or have you been a unicorn before? Do you want to be a unicorn?
I don't really want to be a unicorn because technically a unicorn is bisexual and I'm just kind of hetero flexible.
Right.
So I feel like the dynamic, I would be more into the man than the woman, and that would cause problems with them. And
Makes sense.
I don't want to put myself in that situation.
Gotcha.
I don't mind as a play date, every
Right.
now and then.
It's fun to go and just have fun, play, do this, and then go your own way. But to be committed to a couple like that, I can see that.
Yeah, that's not really the direction. And there is a couple, they've played separately. And we joke I'm the closest thing to a girlfriend he has, because his wife has a boyfriend, and we go out and I'll play with them as a couple. But most of the time I just play with him.
Right.
And so I don't mind that. But she's got her own thing going on, so it's not a big deal. And I'm not really his girlfriend. I'm not like moving in or anything. And I make a good wing woman for him. I get him more pussy.
Oh, that's good.
All right. So if you had one piece of advice to share to someone who is trying to navigate single life through BDSM, what would it be?
Go to the events and create your inner circle to help with vetting and experience, and not fall for these love bombing people that are fake.
I don't understand. This world makes me absolutely crazy because I would not want to be single and navigating through the things because our world is fake. Our world is fake. And it's scary because you don't know who you're talking to or what until you meet. And even when you meet, they could be a totally different person than who they present themselves.
Right.
Yeah. It's been interesting, but
You got to do it.
I know.
I mean, you're looking for.
I need my person.
Yeah.
I need some couch cuddles randomly on a Tuesday night. I just need somebody I can call up when I get off work and be like, "Hey, I need cuddles. Can you come over?"
Why don't we do couch cuddles randomly on a Tuesday night?
Because we're too busy in our recliners on our heating pads.
After your workout.
That is 100% truth.
That's why.
I've got an epic cuddle couch though, and I've not gotten the amount of cuddles on it that I thought I should, considering I've had it for like 2.5, 3 months.
Craigslist ad. Put it on Craigslist.
Absolutely.
There
not.
is actually, if I'm not mistaken, here a while back, somebody came up with a market for that where you could schedule them and they would come over and would just cuddle with you.
I don't want to pay for it though. I'm cheap.
There is Cuddle Buddies.
I'm cheap. I don't want to pay for it.
Well, I'm sure you could work out a deal.
I've always wanted like a girl pile, like, not just a girl pile. We all sit, we talk, we drink in the bed and whatever.
Okay, let's plan it at my house on the cuddle couch because it's basically the size of a queen size bed.
And you all can do your cuddle things and
With wine.
and I'll sit and watch.
No, you're not invited. It's a
The
girl's day.
Fuck no! Now hold on now,
She wants a girl pile.
A girl pile.
and that's fine. And I'll sit back and watch.
You and Dante and whoever else's male
I'm not
partners
cuddling with him.
We're going to set up a cuddle date for the dom.
Yes.
Bullshit.
I'm in.
I'm totally down.
I'm
And
sure
we
you
want a
all are
naked cuddle pile, please.
No.
Yes.
Oh, sexy. Come on.
You all can like watch sports or make beer or something.
I'd almost guarantee we'll be shirtless. and
Okay.
drinking. I almost guarantee that.
And then
4 horsemen and a dog.
Yep, we had to make it 5 horsemen, didn't we?
Yeah,
Or we
because
made it
you only
5
had
horsemen and a dog. Yeah,
Yes. Well, and then we'll do ours topless and drinking wine.
and that's why I want to be there. To watch.
We'll send you pictures.
Not as good.
Okay, fine. We'll send you video.
Okay, that's better.
I love it.
We can live stream it. I've got a Ring camera.
There you go. All right.
So I have one additional question. Feral. When we say you're feral, what does that mean to you? Why do you take offense? Do you like it? Do you not like it?
Oh, I like it. I use it at work all the time. And I can see how it could be offensive. For me, it's not. I'm just marching to the beat of my own drum.
Perfect.
I'm doing what I want when I want. I'm not following anybody's rules because I don't have to because I'm not owned. Na, 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 na.
You notice she locked eyes with me when she was doing
I
it.
know.
Yeah, okay.
That's how I get to act up.
And you do it well.
But I don't cross super lines. I mean, I may have.
Correct.
I got close at this subby episode.
You're respectful
You
in
are.
it.
You do
You're
it very
feral.
respectful.
You're gonna. You did cross that line.
I did.
And I don't remember now what it
That's
was.
okay.
It was in the middle of the episode where she recorded.
Yeah.
I called you a name in the middle of it.
And I'm trying to remember now what it was. It's probably best that I don't remember.
I
Yeah.
called you handsome.
No.
No, I don't think that
I
was
think it started with an A.
Mm-hmm.
asshole.
Yes.
Thought it was worse than that. Okay.
No. I said, Master Nick's an asshole.
Mhm.
Just in the middle of it.
Okay, I
Just
can be.
random.
I can be.
No, you're never an asshole.
Oh, I can be.
I mean, you were a little grumpy earlier.
I was
He was grumpy.
an asshole. What was it, last weekend? To the people that come in
But
the
that
dungeon?
was not
So
you.
I can be.
That was not you.
No, I mean, it was you show absolute zero respect for me. You're going to get absolute zero respect back from me. But yeah, I can be an asshole. But
Oh, yeah. You're not a pushover,
sometimes
is what
I
you're
like
saying.
being an asshole too.
yeah.
But I get it. But no,
I mean-
you do even when you push buttons or you kind of walk the line like a drunken clown sometimes, but it is still done in the utmost respect. Either way you do it, so
Everybody
that's-
knows that what you're doing is you're just being
Yes.
yourself
Yes.
and you're pushing buttons.
Yes.
and that's one of the reasons why I love you.
I love you too.
Yep.
And I don't really think you're an asshole. I was being bratty. And the look on Lady D's face when I did it, she was like, oh my gosh. She's like, oh.
What did you say you were dropping? Love?
Easter eggs.
Easter eggs.
Easter eggs.
That's what it
I
was.
was dropping an Easter
Yep,
egg.
you had several Easter eggs throughout there.
Did
throughout that
I? I
episode.
only remember that one.
I think there was a couple.
Yeah, but that was the only one where you actually said,
Yeah.
His name.
and he's an asshole.
But I did tell him afterwards. I was like, I don't actually mean it. I was just leaving something there for you to find to see if you listen to it.
So in case you're interested, you're out there and you're listening, and Ashley is somebody you'd be interested in, just know that she can be bratty because she wants to be.
Yep.
I mean, if you want to try to tame this, come on.
Don't
Good
do
luck.
it on the first date because that ain't going to happen.
But also for those of you listening, it's not real hard to tame. It takes a little bit of work, a little bit of effort,
Oh, really?
but it wouldn't take much. The right dom comes along. I could see you transitioning to be
Oh
a
my
good
God,
girl.
you would be so cute.
Yep.
You would
I
be
know.
so
I could tell.
adorable.
I
We
know.
just gotta find that person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So should we give them your number to help?
You feel free to reach out to us through the domlife.com
Yeah.
and we can see what we can make happen. And then
Of course, we're going to vet you. I'm just saying.
oh, absolutely. I mean,
True story.
You're going to get the initiation of, coming to one of the parties, and you're probably going to have to be shirtless, and you'll probably have to do the 5 horsemen and the dog shot with us.
That was terrible.
It was terrible. You guys were so funny. Yeah.
I loved it though. It was a perfect birthday,
Yay.
Yeah.
even if I was limited on marks.
Yeah.
It was
It was a good day.
it was small, great friends, just
And hot wax
and
on
the
your
wax
butthole.
On my butthole.
It was a great night.
That was a great night.
People,
have to go
if
watch
you
that
haven't
video.
had hot wax on your butthole, you're not living life.
I know. Specifically on your butthole.
You're not living life.
And I've got the video to prove it. Feel free to reach out to me at thedomlife.com if you would like to see it too.
And for a nominal fee.
That you better split with me, boy. Because we should sell that. That would somebody's into that.
I guarantee it. There's a lot of people into that.
This is the best life.
I know. It's like, and it is, even at times, even though I've been in the lifestyle, the non-monogamy, the BDSM for so long, it's still weird at times. Like, I can sit here and have a moment talking to you all, mentioning blowing him or having sex with someone else's husband or having a 5-person orgy, and we're just talking about it. We're like, oh yeah, we're gonna go have sex, and then let's go out for pizza. Like, it's nothing, and it's still kind of weird at times. Like, this is so not societal norms, and I love it.
Right.
Right. I don't want
Absolutely.
societal norms. Thank you very much. I will be respectful and I will go out and live my life. And I'm not shoving it down anyone else's. We do the podcast.
You can shove it down my throat, Mama. Oh, sorry.
But here we are.
I'm going to go get Jamal on the wall. She just give us permission.
I didn't give you permission, Jamal.
Jamal is.
I could have been talking about her fingers, her titties, her tongue.
We'll go back and we'll double check what was said there. All right. It has been great having you on the show. We greatly appreciate you coming. I know this audio is going to be a lot better, so we're finally going to get you out on one of the podcast episodes.
And
So that's
not
great.
just a shout out because I bring snacks or you turn
Exactly.
down a blowjob from me.
Exactly.
So let's recap one thing. Navigating kink as a single. Give me 3 things that you should do to navigate kink as a single.
Community, communication, ignore the fuck boys.
Yay!
There you go. She passed the test. I was sitting there thinking like, fuck, that's like giving somebody a pop quiz or something. 3 things. You done good.
I know.
A+.
I'm smart here.
But yes, definitely if you are single and you are into kink and you are into BDSM, it is an absolute must. You have to get out. You have to explore what is available in your community, whether it be a munch or a slosh, or hopefully you got people that do rope activities or open dungeon plays. But get out, get involved in all of that. Don't be shy. Don't be timid. Find one person and make a friend. And then from there it builds. Get your community, get your inner circle to where you feel comfortable exploring anything and everything with that group of people. And then you mentioned communication.
Yes.
You definitely have to be able to communicate your wants, your needs, what you like, what you don't like, your soft limits, your hard limits.
And the other person has to listen to those things.
Exactly. And then you said it best. Stay away from the fuck boys. And
yes,
they are normally pretty easy to spot, pretty easy to catch. You have a great way that you do it. But if they think they're a dom and they come in all dommy and you tell them no, you find out what their reaction is. If they don't like it, or if they get mad, or if they get pissed off, yep, more than likely it's not the person for you. But great advice. I like it. Thank you again for coming.
You're welcome.
And
You're welcome that you got to spend some time with me this afternoon.
It's been fun.
It's been awesome.
So
thank
see
you
you
for
all
having
next week.
me.
Thank you.
Please follow, like, and share our podcast.
Make sure to visit thedomlife.com, where you can find pictures and other details about the Dom Life podcast. And through the Contact Us button, you can ask questions or provide recommendations for future episodes.
We want to explore your kink too.
Be sure to check out upcoming events to see where our adventures are taking us, and our photo gallery to where we've been.
Thank you for joining us on this journey. We hope you had fun listening and learning with us.
Till next time, keep calm and remember your safe word.
Red, red, red.